Hello everyone, Teacher Cindy. Welcome back to Preschool Distance Learning. Our quote for today is make every day count. It can be hugs, kisses, going outside to play, maybe taking a nap, whatever you can to make that day amazing. Today's book is going to be Growing Vegetable Soup, and it's actually written by the same author we read last week with Planting a Rainbow. So it's written and illustrated by Lois Ehlert. So the person wrote the story and also took care of doing the picture. So growing a vegetable soup. What kind of vegetables are going to be in here today? Before we start, we have our two words. Now, sprout, we did last week. We're going to go over it again. S-P-R-O-U-T. Sprout. Remember, to sprout is when something new is growing out of the seed or the plant. So if you have the seed here that is in the ground, and then you have the little stem coming out or a leaf, it is sprouting. That means it is growing. Our new word, which comes out in the book, is weed, or the action weeding, to weed. W-E-E-D-I-N-G. Weeding. So that means that when a plant is growing or somewhere where you don't want it to grow, so you come on over and you weed it out. You take it out from the ground or the pot or wherever you have the plant growing. So those are our two words in the book. All right. Growing vegetable soup. Let's see what we have in here. Dad says we are going to grow vegetable soup. What kind of vegetables do you think are going to grow? Or maybe it could be dad and mom, or auntie and uncle, brothers and sisters. We're going to work, and our tools are ready too. So here are the different tools that they have there. They have a rake, a shovel, and a hoe. So these are 3 tools that you can use to dig into the soil if you're planting seeds or seedlings in there. We are planting the seeds. Now, as you can see here, this child, they have gloves on. They have the packets of seeds there. And then they've made the holes in there in the soil to plant the seeds. Looks like we have the green bean seed, a pea seed, a corn seed, zucchini squash seed, and carrot seeds. Look at all the different sizes of the seeds too, and the different colors. They're planting all the seeds and all the sprouts. Remember, see? It's coming out there of the seed. Something's growing. Or growing out there of the pot. And then this one, they have tomato sprouting, potato eyes. Not that eyes have real potatoes. They have broccoli over here, some set onions, pepper, and the peat moss pot, which you can go straight into the soil. And then this one here, they have a trowel. So it's kind of like the shovel that we had in the back, but it's a little smaller. It's handheld, so you just need to use one hand instead of 2 hands to dig with it. So put in the seeds and the sprouts, and now I'm going to give them water. So look, they're growing in there, and I'm sprinkling some water in there. How much water do you think you need for a seed or a seedling to sprout, to grow? You give them just a little bit of water? Give them a lot of water? Do you spray water? Do you bring out a water hose? Something to think about. Then we have lots of different vegetables growing here. We have corn, broccoli, onion, pea, zucchini, squash, pepper, cabbage, carrot, green bean, potato, and tomato. Tomato. Which of these vegetables would you be willing to eat, or do you actually like? And now we're going to waiting for warm sun to make them grow. So we had our gardening tools, have water, and now we have the sun to help them grow. And as you can see here, there's their signs there. showing which each plant is. And the sun's coming down, the sun rays are coming down towards the soil, onto the seeds, mixing there with the water, giving it its food source so they can grow taller. Just like you. You also need food and water in order to grow. And grow and grow. So see, now some of them, their leaves are getting bigger, their stems, and there's others here that they're growing some flowers in there, which might be where the vegetable grows. And they grow and grow into plants. See again, some of them do have flowers and others do not. Some of them need a special netting in order to keep growing up or to intertwine to go around something. We have peas there, zucchini squash, a squash blossom, and a squash bud. There's a baby squash. We watch over them and weed. There's our word. So remember, we're going to start taking things out that we don't want to grow there. And then we have a little tiny worm in there. What is that worm doing on the broccoli? What do you think? Oh, and then here we have the hand grubber. So that's another hand tool you can use. It's kind of like a rake, again, but something you can use just with one hand. So watch them grow and grow. Then you start to weed them until the vegetables are ready for us to pick. Ooh, look at those delicious tomatoes. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 3 tomatoes. And we have 1 corn right there. And then the 1 pepper. So, some vegetables have been picked, or we can dig them up, like carrots or the potato. So some vegetables that grow on plants and some vegetables that grow right on the ground, right there in the soil. The mashed potato sounds really good right now. So you pick them and dig them up and carry home and then wash them. Because if you don't wash them, they just came out of the soil or outside where all the bugs are at. So what do you think will happen if you don't wash the vegetables before you cut them up and cook them? They're going to be dirty. You cut them up and put them in a gigantic pot of water. We're going to make a lot of vegetable soup here. So they chopped everything, diced, sliced into different pieces. Big pieces right here, smaller pieces down there, and put it into the gigantic pot. And here we have the ladle. Now with the knife, you have to be very careful. Knives are sharp. That's why we have moms and dads help us with that. So we've diced them and sliced them and cooked them into vegetable soup. You put them all in the pot. Shh. And we have the steam coming out. That's when water gets very hot. It turns into a cloud. And at last, it's time to eat it all up. It was the best soup ever. And we can grow it again next year. The end. So before we finish, we're going to pretend that we're going to grab our vegetables. I'm grabbing some potatoes and some carrots and some onions. Going to wash them up. You guys have your vegetables. Putting them on the cutting board. Now, even this is pretend. We still have to be careful with the knife. So we just hold their arm to the handle. Keep the other fingers to the side there so they don't get cut. Carefully slice them up. I'm going to make small pieces for mine. Okay, ready to put them in the pot? We have our pot of water there on the stove. Getting nice and hot, and we carefully put in there. We don't want that water to splash onto us. And then I like to put a little bit of salt in my... Ah, you can smell the soup. I'm ready to get some in a bowl. Ready to try it. Now it's hot, so I have to blow. Ready to try? 1, 2, 3. That was delicious. I hope you're able to make your own vegetable soup over there with your family and have them try your own. Till next time. Bye.